The Phantom of Route 44. Route 44 in Massachusetts, a ribbon of asphalt cutting through the dark heart of New England. They say some roads remember. This one remembers pain. This is a story whispered among truckers, a legend fueled by late nights and lonely miles. A ghost story born from the fog and the fear that clings to Route 44. It's a story about a man, a truck, and a phantom passenger. Radio static, a lonely country song fading in and out. The hum of tyres on wet pavement, the rhythmic thump of expansion joints. Another late night haul, another stretch of empty road. He was a man etched with the miles, his face a roadmap of hard living. Eyes that had seen too much, too little sleep. Just another driver trying to make it through the night. The fog was a living thing, swallowing the headlights whole. Sodium vapor lamps cast an eerie, sickly glow. Route 44 was a world unto itself, a place where the veil thinned. He saw her standing by the side of the road, a pale figure in the swirling mist. A woman in a white dress, her face obscured by shadows. Something about her posture, the way she stood so still, sent a shiver down his spine. He hesitated, his foot hovering over the accelerator. Picking up strangers was a fool's game, especially out here. But something in her stillness, her vulnerability, made him stop. "Need a ride?" he asked, his voice rough from cigarettes and sleeplessness. She didn't speak, didn't nod, just opened the passenger door and slid inside. The silence in the cab was thick, suffocating. He could feel her presence, a cold weight beside him. He tried to make small talk, asking where she was headed. No response. She stared straight ahead, her eyes fixed on some distant point he couldn't see. The only sound was the hum of the engine and the hiss of the tires on the wet asphalt. He glanced at her again, a knot of unease tightening in his stomach. Her skin was pale, almost translucent. He could feel the temperature dropping in the cab. He blinked and she was gone, vanished. One moment she was there, the next, just an empty seat. He slammed on the brakes, the truck skidding on the slick pavement, his heart hammered against his ribs, a frantic drumbeat in the sudden silence. Where did she go? He scrambled across the cab, searching frantically. Under the seat, behind the seat, nothing. Just the lingering scent of cold air, a subtle distortion in the air where she had been. The police report was old, yellowed, typed on a manual typewriter. A missing person case from 1981. A young woman named Sarah, last seen walking along Route 44. The details matched. The white dress, the pale complexion. The report mentioned a tragic car accident, a drunk driver, a life cut short. A photograph was attached. A young woman with sad eyes and a haunting smile. The same woman he had seen on the side of the road. He never forgot that night. The image of her face, the chilling silence, the empty seat. Route 44 became a constant reminder, a haunting echo in his mind. Years later, he found himself driving that same stretch of road again. The fog was thicker than ever, the headlights barely cutting through the gloom. He gripped the steering wheel, his knuckles white. He glanced at the passenger seat, his breath catching in his throat. The seat was empty, but he could feel her presence, a faint, ethereal glow in the darkness. The silence was broken only by the hum of the engine and the whisper of the wind. But in his mind, he could hear her voice, a soft, mournful sigh carried on the night air. He was not alone.